But the apologies weren't enough. A few days later, and the first lawsuit was served.
Attorney Ben Misalis doesn't think it's funny. He's filed a $100 million class action lawsuit against the organizers.
Then another suit. Then 7 more. Then the feds got involved, claiming Billy had committed wire fraud. Serious charges with serious prison time. More on that.
Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I love all of you and I hope you're alright. Today I'm going to watch the failure of Fyre Festival because my friend a couple of days ago told me that they are planning to do the second Fyre Festival, to which I responded that I have no idea what is Fyre Festival. So then he roughly told me that it was a huge scam. It was a festival that didn't really happen and there was a huge backlash. Roughly I know that it was a huge scam, but then he sent me this video to watch. So that's what I'm going to do. So without further ado, guys, let's just jump right into it. Let's see what happened with this Fyre Festival. I never heard of it.
Hi there. You're probably wondering how I got this tan. Well, let me tell you the story. It begins with a man by the name of Billy McFarland. Billy was a good boy. At 22, he had dreams of becoming a super wealthy entrepreneur, dropping out of college to start a business called Magnesis. Over the years, he managed to network with some powerful people. One of them was Ja Rule. Over the years, he managed dropping out of college to start a business called Magnesis.
Jesus. This transforming the traditional credit and debit cards, building a community of select members who receive special and exclusive access. That's smart. Make them believe that they are special and they are part of the elite. Good. I mean, hey, it's just a traditional credit card. What? Okay.
Over the years, he managed to network with some powerful people. One of them was Ja Rule. Translated from German, I believe it means, yes, rule. Over drinks, he pitched an idea. Here's an accurate recreation of that event.
Mr. Rule,
He says,
I have a brilliant idea.
Like, word, like, yo, what happened? Woo, I'm like, yo, this thing's about fucking his bitch. Woo.
Precisely, great minds think alike. It will be 2 weeks of absolute luxury in the Bahamas. Mr. Rule. Promotion began.
The way Ja Rule was related to this thing? I mean, I'm pretty sure he just promoted it.
In late 2016. Fyre promised beaches, ladies, gourmet food, luxury villas, hosted on a private island in the Bahamas called Fyre Cay, once owned by Pablo Escobar. VIP tickets up to $250,000.
What do you mean?
Pablo Escobar. VIP tickets up to $250,000. Swimming pigs. Blink 182. Major
Yo, this editing. Oh my god.
dollars. Swimming pigs. Blink 182. Major laser. A steel drum. Welcome to Fyre Festival. The best 2 damn weeks of your life.
I mean, it
I
sounds
bought
good.
my ticket immediately. The day arrives. About 5,000 people are making their way directly from Miami Airport, and there are huge delays to get to Fyre Cay. Although I shouldn't say Fyre Cay, because it doesn't exist. In the marketing, they referenced this island, which is actually Norman's Cay, run by George Young, not Pablo, by the way. But that doesn't matter because we're not going there either. We're going to Great Exuma. Private island? Forget that. Population, 7,000. In fact, we're basically in the parking lot of a sandals resort.
Well, okay, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still an island. It might not be a private island, but the problem with the private island that you need to build infrastructure, which if you're doing it on an island that you already have like a population of 7,000 people, most likely you're gonna have already some kind of infrastructure over there. Electricity, water, blah, blah, blah. Which, let's be honest, you will need if you want to make a festival. So, okay, but what, a parking lot? What?
7,000. In fact, we're basically in the parking lot of a sandals resort. In the end, only about 500 of us make it to the island. The remaining customers' flights are cancelled. You're about to see why. We're hauled onto a school bus and taken to the site, a gravel lot with a bunch of FEMA tents. Oh no! Remember those promises of luxurious
The world's strongest emergency and disaster relief dome and yard shelter tents, and it looks the same. Wait, what about the... My man.
villas? Pranked ya? Enjoy your stay, and don't forget your complimentary cup of UNICEF rice.
Turn this bus right around.
Once there, no one knows whose tent belongs to whom, so staff try getting everyone into a line. Then they abandon that idea and tell everyone it's a free-for-all. Expecting a party, this guy took all of his drugs on the flight over. He's the only one having any fun.
My man.
Everyone else is grumpy because it's been 5 hours and there's no food.
I have a question. What is this dummy doing here? Oh, I thought he took the money and then he dipped with the money. He disappeared with the money.
Everyone else is grumpy because it's been 5 hours and there's no food.
I mean, maybe it's not him, but it definitely looks like him.
Everyone else is grumpy because it's been
What are you doing there? Why you're not sipping a cocktail in, I don't know, somewhere else? What are you, what? So he, well, I'm, what? I'm dumbfounded right now.
5 hours and there's no food. In lieu of food, staff decide to start handing out tons of free tequila.
Smart.
This only exacerbates problems. Once the food does arrive, it's just as delectable as promised though. Gourmet craft single there. A few hours later, bags arrive on a shipping container. It was getting dark and there was no lighting.
So everybody's walking around with their cell phones trying to look for their luggage.
Plenty of people had their luggage stolen. But don't worry, if you have any valuables, the festival advertised top-notch security. Here it is. But no one told guests they had to provide their own lock.
Oh my god, what is this? This is Fyre Festival Wish Edition. What happened with the gourmet food, with the luxurious condos, with the beach, with the woman? I mean, they got the beach, I guess.
There are rumors of muggings by the locals.
I heard rumors of feral dogs.
A tent supposedly caught fire. The closest beach has a rampant shark problem. Staff don't have any...
Imagine. Up to $250,000. That, so it's still a good couple of, I don't know how much. How much was the regular ticket? What if a VIP ticket 250,000 was like 50,000, $20,000? God damn! You get a tent.
Any uniforms or walkie-talkies. So rampant
what?
shark problem. Staff don't have any uniforms or walkie-talkies. So
that's the best. That way they can't really communicate with each other and nobody knows who is in charge. Amazing. Wow, this. Okay, I did not expect this. I expected some kind of scam, and that was like that the guy actually, you know, started promoting a festival, took the money and then dipped with it. This guy, what? Oh my god.
rampant shark problem. Staff don't have any uniforms or walkie-talkies, so no one knows who's in charge, and the people who are in charge can't talk to each other. Here's the bathroom. Many staff quit after only a couple of hours. For the few customers who were willing to just make the most of it and enjoy the music, they had some bad news too. All of the major musical acts pulled out. In fact,
You gotta be kidding with me. I mean, kinda obvious, but look, there is no one. Holy shit, this is a clusterfuck.
they had some bad news too. All of the
All of
major
them.
musical acts pulled out. In fact, Major Lazer wasn't even confirmed to go in the first place. The event
I'm not even surprised by that at this point.
pulled out. In fact, Major Lazer wasn't even confirmed to go in the first place. The event was promoted as cashless, so all people had were these useless Disney bucks on their Fire Band, which meant they couldn't buy anything or catch a cab if they were stranded. And even with only 500 people, there are too few tents and beds, so everyone is just stealing each other's. And for any of you thinking you could just escape,
Didn't he said at the beginning that there was only 500 people who made it to the island and they already ran out of tents and what? What was the planning behind this genius idea?
beds, so everyone is just stealing each other's. And for any of you thinking you could just escape to the sandals, bad luck. It's peak season and they are absolutely full. People are reaching out to the embassy for help. After a few hours, most people chose to go back to the airport, and the rest were forced back home when the Bahamian government stepped in.
Oh my god. And people reaching out to the embassy. I am pretty sure they sued his ass. They have to. What is going on?
Was closed. But the exodus from the island made its own problems. Guests spent hours dehydrated and hung over in a hot building. Why staff locked the door isn't entirely known.
Yeah, why are they locking them in? We are chained in. What? Why?
Over in a hot building. Why staff locked the door isn't entirely known. But one girl fainted before they were finally reopened.
I don't think that they are chained the main door. I might be wrong, but I think that was just maybe an exit door, maybe, and they just chained because people were, it could be that it was like a back door and people kept, going and leaving. I don't understand. This is weird. The whole why? What? Okay.
But one girl fainted before they were finally reopened. Everyone gets home and that was the end of it. Except for me. I was rescuing someone, helping them out, and I got lost in the woods. Anyway, back at home, the shitstorm on social media was just ramping up. The Reddit Fyre Festival was created.
Okay. Would be for a great episode. Okay, I don't know. An actual account of what went down last night and today. Ja Rule public statement. I worked at Fyre Festival. It was always going to be a disaster. What? Heard about you guys getting burned. That's why in 2 weeks I'm hosting the ISIS festival in Syria. And I'm giving everyone here 50% discount. Oh my god. Just ate my first human. Oh my god. Okay.
And it started documenting everything that went wrong at the event. People were circulating a fake tweet by Jar that the whole thing was a social experiment. Some wholesome festival memes there. And it quickly turned into a marketing case study of what not to do. In response, Fyre started serving cease and desist letters to stop people from saying
Yeah, you don't want people to talk about it, but at this point, this is ridiculous. Get the fuck out of here.
mean things about them. Mr. Rule released an official statement online, both apologizing and saying that it's not his fault.
What was his part in this Fyre Festival, though? Did he put the money in it? Like, did he promote it? What was the whole thing? Because, okay, they talked about it, but I don't actually know what Ja Rule did. Because I am 100% sure he's not signed any paper. Like, his lawyer teams are advised against it to sign actually any paper. I'm 100% sure.
Rule released an official statement online, both apologizing and saying that it's not his fault. Interestingly,
How you can apologize and say that it's not my fault? If you apologize, you kind of say that you kind of take responsibility, which then after that you say it's not my fault. What? I mean, it's Ja Rule. What do I expect?
both apologizing and saying that it's not his fault. Interestingly, he wasn't even on the island at the time. He was giving a concert in Chicago. Although,
Smart.
to their credit, they offer everyone a full refund. Or,
Okay.
you could always let it ride and opt in for
This can't be serious. Let it ride. I'd love to support you in all. Yo, I'd love to support you all in creating something amazing. As you likely know, we've been through the ringer on social media. Oh my god, they can't be serious. After such a clusterfuck, they're just like, yeah, you can let it ride.
tickets to 2018's Fyre Festival.
And a VIP ticket to next year's Fyre Festival if they decide to go. Exactly.
Meanwhile, Billy is on full damage control.
Don't talk. Don't open your mouth, you idiot. Oh my god, you're gonna get sued and you. Well, okay, let's see what they said.
He claims that a storm came in the night before and changed all of the marketing into lies.
A storm. Boy, yo, take a lawyer right now or run with the money. Either one of those things. A storm. That's why instead of like luxurious condos, you had the tents. Guess what? Storm wouldn't be a problem if you would have luxurious condos. How about that?
We got to a point that we were very excited about on Wednesday night with how the two sites looked, and we got hit by a big storm.
The audacity of this guy is just mind-blowing. Amazing. Wow.
But the apologies weren't enough. A few days later, and the first lawsuit was served.
Attorney Ben Misalis doesn't think it's funny. He's filed a $100 million class action lawsuit against the organizers.
Then another suit. Then 7 more. Then the feds got involved, claiming Billy had committed wire fraud. Serious charges with serious prison time. More on that later.
But first,
Right now, let's go into the history of Fyre Festival. The marketing was clever. To get the word out, they got in touch with about 400 influencers, Instagram celebrities, and they offered them VIP tickets or cash to promote the event.
Nice.
They even managed to get Kendall Jenner to post about it. Rumor has it she was paid $250,000
What?
for this post.
$200,000 for one post that she's not even aware of because she have a fucking social media team. Not even her who's putting this out. Oh my god.
Rumor has it she was paid $250,000 for this post. Their marketing worked though. The festival sold out. So how did it go so wrong? Let's start with the money. During the planning process, a consultant came in and said the festival would cost $50 million and require another year of organization.
They should have planned this 2 whole years out.
This is after they made all the promises, and they had nothing near that amount, so they started cutting expenses way back. Remember those luxury villas? They were going to cost $10 million alone, so they scrapped them. Now everyone gets a tent. Deposits for the bands? Nope.
Why they didn't cancel the whole thing? Why they didn't postpone it? After they consulted with the professional, and he told them what they need in order to host this festival, $50 million and another year of organization. Why did they just went through with it and started cutting expenses? Like, what was your genius plan? I don't really understand like why. Okay, let's continue. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Now everyone gets a tent. Deposits for the bands? Nope. Food, infrastructure, staff, all were cut back. But, you may ask, how did they have so little cash if they sold out? It's the price. It was way too low. Now wait a minute, up to $250,000 a ticket is too low. In fact, on social media, people were so merciless and unsympathetic towards the guests because they thought it was a bunch of rich kids paying for tickets with a starting price of $12,000.
I am pretty sure people on social media, they were ecstatic about this thing.
For tickets with a starting price of $12,000. And you can thank fake news for that assumption. You see that number repeated everywhere. But actually, very few were paying even close to that amount. The standard price was around $1,200, which, if you think about 2 weeks in the Bahamas with practically all of your...
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I'm like, what? $1,200? It's nothing for 2 weeks on the Bahamas in luxurious condos. Well, it sounds too good, actually. It sounds like a honey trap. Like, how nobody questioned anything. Like, you have to be a dummy to think that you're gonna get luxurious condos for 2 weeks. Free gourmet food on a private island for 2 weeks on the Bahamas. With what?
$100. Which, if you think about 2 weeks in the Bahamas with practically all of your expenses taken care of, That's pretty bloody good. In fact,
That's too
some
good.
tickets were as low as $500.
6 months ago, got together and got the early bird special for about $500. And this covered food, transportation, ticket, and somewhere to sleep.
How on
And you didn't took a second to think about this thing? That maybe it's too good? Maybe something shady is going on? Well, that was $500 down the drain. And imagine if, you know, not only you paid for the ticket, but you actually got there, and then you see that, what happened over there with the tents, with, oh my, with the chaos. Holy shit.
$500. And this covered food, transportation, ticket, and somewhere to sleep.
How on earth were they going to break even with that? They weren't.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, there's no proof whatsoever that anyone purchased a $250,000 ticket. So basically, they're stuffed. Billy has to start taking tough short-term loans just to keep afloat. Which, by the way, is why they did the fire bans. It was to raise
Why you didn't took a year or 2 years and raised money? Why? Short-term loans. Oh my god.
cash. It's reported that up to $2 million in Firebucks in-game currency was spent in the lead-up to the event.
Still nowhere to the 50.
But this wasn't even close to enough. Practically broke, and with the event only a few weeks away, the more experienced staff suggested postponing. But thanks to those short-term loans, he couldn't. So he insisted on going forward. Those staff tried to control the damage by telling celebrities and public figures not to go.
Wait, his own team turned on him?
Those staff tried to control the damage by telling celebrities and public figures not to go.
They literally told him not to come. What?
How was the Fyre Festival?
She's like, what are you talking about?
So, Billy and Jar are in some serious trouble. But
I mean, to be honest, I don't think Ja Rule is in serious trouble, because I never heard, you know, Ja Rule being sued for hundreds of millions of dollars or $100 million. So I don't think he ever signed any paper. I'm pretty sure he just, you know, gave his name and face to it. But other than that, I don't think his name is on any paperwork at all.
let's please have one failed festival that has a sequel. Well, Billy is out on $300,000 bail. His assets were frozen as at May 18th. He dropped his expensive attorneys. He's selling his property in New York. He tried to sell Magnesis for $150,000, but it was cancelled for being fraudulent. Massively in debt and with no hope of paying it back, Fyre went into involuntary bankruptcy. And that is the end of Fyre Festival.
Okay, I did not expect this.
I'll keep you posted about whether Billy is going to jail.
He should.
So long, Fyre Festival. You were too beautiful for this world.
Yeah.
And as for me, well, it's time to go home.
Wow, I don't even know what to say. This is definitely not what I expected. What a clusterfuck. And now they want to apparently do Fyre Festival 2? While on bail, he committed a further fraud with a scheme called NYC VIP Access, selling tickets to events that had either not been announced or the tickets were unavailable for public purchase to attend, including the Met Gala footage of him. Oh my god! This guy, while on bail, he tried to commit further fraud. Oh my god, I can't believe it. On October 11, 2018, McFarlane was sentenced to 6 years in federal prison, as he should be. Okay, guys, I don't know what even to tell you about this. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this clusterfuck. How do they even planning to do Fyre Festival 2? Oh my god, I have so many questions. I'm gonna read about it. This is fucked. But that's it for this episode, guys. Well, this is not what I expected. This was like this. I love it. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. I love all of you, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye YouTube. Bye bye.